Thank you very much for having me here today to talk about Babcock Ranch, a new town that we're building in southwest Florida. So Babcock Ranch is located just 12 miles outside of Fort Myers. And so we purchased a 91,000-acre ranch back in 2006. Put that in perspective, that's 143 square miles. And then we sold 73,000 acres to the state of Florida in the largest land purchase in the history of the state. And because of that purchase, there's now a wildlife corridor that stretches from Lake Okeechobee all the way to the Charlotte Harbor estuary. So on the remaining land, we're building now a new town that'll have about 20,000 homes and 6 million square feet of commercial space and a population of about 55,000 people. But to do that, we had 18,000 acres remaining, and out of the 18,000 acres, we're preserving half of that. So at the end of the day, 90% of the original ranch is in preservation forever. So our goal was to set out and prove that a new town and the environment can work hand in hand. And we did that by identifying 7 key initiatives that really have become the heart and soul of Babcock Ranch. They include things like the environment, energy, education, technology, transportation, health and wellness, and storm safety. We believe that we could execute these initiatives through innovation, becoming a living laboratory, and an incubator for new ideas. So, until last September, we were known as America's first solar-powered town. We have a 150-megawatt solar power generating facility on Babcock Ranch, and it powers the entire town. Just put that in perspective, that's 700,000 panels on about 840 acres. We also had the first solar-to-battery facility that in the United States. But then came Hurricane Ian, and the focus shifted for us from renewable energy and sustainability to resiliency, although I will tell you, I really believe that they are one and the same. So we had, at the time, about 5,000 residents, all living at Babcock Ranch. I can remember assuring them, telling them that they could all shelter at home and that they would be safe sheltering at home. So to back up that very bold statement, we spent years with our engineers and our architects and land planners designing a new town that would be safe for both our homeowners and for our businesses. But I got to tell you something. Ian put all that preparation, all that hard work and planning, everything to the ultimate test. When the hurricane hit, the eastern side of the eye wall sat on top of us for 8 hours. We had sustained winds of 100 miles an hour, gusts of over 150 miles an hour. I got to tell you, I was sitting in my house, and it was like this perpetual freight train running right through us. And it just seemed like it was never going to end. But throughout this relentless storm, Babcock Ranch residents never lost power, they never lost water, and they never lost internet. And when the storm was over and they emerged from their homes, they discovered that they were living in a community that had little to no damage. So now the question we're getting asked is what do we do at Babcock Ranch to survive a strong Category 4 hurricane? So for us, the resilience really started with our location. So Babcock is 30 feet above sea level, above the storm surge. That was no accident. People would say to me, gosh, you're so lucky you were that high in the air. And there was no luck about it. It was very purposeful. We wanted to develop and build this town in a place that was above the storm surge. And our master plan started with the study of the land and the natural systems. So we decided to work with nature rather than against it. So what did? We went back and started looking at maps from 1940 to find the natural flowways and then design a comprehensive water management system that mimics the way Mother Nature has been doing it for centuries. Because I can tell you, one thing is for sure, you cannot mess with Mother Nature. She's going to win every single time. So also, we have these extensive wetlands that you're seeing up here on the screen that are located throughout the community. We preserved them, we kept them, we enhanced them. They're gorgeous, but they also provide this massive amount of surface water storage that was incredibly helpful for us. All our stormwater ponds and lakes have multiple points of interconnection and have a smart stormwater management system, brand new technology that's coming out that has also been incredibly helpful for us. We require native plant materials because they do really well in wet weather, they do well in dry weather, and they do well in the wind. We also hardened our water and wastewater utility that we own and operate, making sure that they could handle the wind loads. You know, this may sound sort of, obvious and simple, but reinvesting back into the plant and keeping up with the maintenance is, and really implementing all the new technologies is critical to the performance of these facilities. And you'd be surprised how poorly many of the water utilities are maintained throughout our country and how inefficient they all have become. So I think if you talk to most of the homeowners who live at Babcock Ranch, they'll tell you that having the electricity stay on throughout the hurricane was a game changer. They were able to literally watch this thing as it came over the top of us and watched it real time. So many news reports credited our solar fields and our backup battery systems with keeping the lights on. But that really wasn't the case. It was Florida Power & Light's storm-hardened transmission systems combined with our underground power lines that kept the electricity on. We spent 8 years working with the utility, Florida Power & Light, to make that a reality. And like I said, we got tested. In addition, all of our structures must meet Florida Green Build Coalition standards, which focus on resiliency as well as energy efficiency. And I think you would all agree, like all construction throughout Florida, we benefit from these strong building codes that have been extremely effective in mitigating wind damage. So I get asked the question all the time, does this cost more? Well, yes it does. And it's a great investment. The cost is nominal compared to the loss of property, the loss of productivity, and the loss of life. And we hope to inspire other developers and communities to understand the value of investing in resiliency. Because I'll tell you, we're confident that the private and public sectors can work together to solve today's challenges. So I stand here before you telling you I am incredibly optimistic about our future. And I'll tell you, there's just this real enthusiasm that we see from all generations to solve these issues. At Babcock Ranch is multi-generational. The baby boomers care as much as the young people care. And that's why we're going to be able to get through this and make this work. And look, we have innovative companies and people with new technologies that are going to make this a safer world. And you know what? That's good news for our kids and our grandkids. And I'm very proud that Babcock Ranch is a leader in resiliency, sustainability, and innovation, and can really be a model for future development. Thank you for your time today. I appreciate it.